Thank you for this, for all you've done for us. Thank you that
Yes, Faith. I think we lost Faith. Somebody to give us the opening prayer. Yes, Maria.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the gift of life. Lord Father, we thank you for bringing us safely up to this day and this hour. Lord, we pray that as we're going to have our lesson, may you keep our connection stable. Lord, we pray that you may protect the teachers wherever they are, that they may also be able to teach us and we understand. In Jesus' mighty name I have prayed. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. So who can remind us? So can we please have somebody to give us a recap of what we looked at last time? Yes, Maria. Maria. Yes, Nalule.
Teacher, last time we looked at how to set up the business, steps of setting up a business, and then we also looked at sources of business finance, and then benefits of sources of business finance and their challenges.
Yes, and I left you with some work. What was that work?
To get the benefits and the challenges in each of the sources of the business finance.
So what is your answer on personal savings?
Personal savings, it makes one independent, it prevents debts, and then challenges, takes a lot of time to get a required amount of money.
Okay, very good. So I hope now we all know where we are. We are on the sources of finances. We had started explaining. I think we explained all of them. Did we explain all of them? Yes. But I told you to look for the challenges and to look for the benefits of each, or the disadvantages and advantages of each of the sources of finances. So she has given us personal savings, the benefits and the challenge, or the disadvantages. Donations, who can give us the disadvantages, advantages and disadvantages for donations? Yes, Vivian.
The advantages for donation is that you can get a donation when it does not maybe taken you a long time, and you can get it maybe when you're in need. Then the disadvantage is it may take a long it may take a long time to get a donation, or maybe I think that's all.
Okay, thank you, Vivian. As you're not displaying, Vivian, share the page. Yes, Miss Chinji, how are you? Miss Chinji.
Excuse me, teacher.
Miss Chinji, good morning. Miss Chinji, good morning. I think she's not hearing us. Vivian, yes?
Can you view the screen?
You have shared?
Yes, can you view the screen?
Let me see.
Yes, we can.
Thank you.
Teacher,
You can see the screen.
Okay, thank you.
teacher,
Okay, thank you. The next page. Vivian, next page.
teacher.
Yes, yes,
You were
Nicole.
talking about the benefits of donations. Can't you say
can see.
tax advantage? You can hear me.
Yes.
On
Repeat.
the benefits of donations, can't you say tax advantage?
Tax advantage. I'm not getting you well. So we have, who can give us the benefits of donations? If you can give us the benefits of donations.
Flexibility.
Yes. This charity.
Yes, sir. For me, the benefits of donation say that means without like investing much, since someone just gives you the money, you don't have to suffer looking for it or borrowing from banks and such. So I think one can start a business easily using donations.
And challenges. Challenges. Who can give us a challenge of donation? Yes, Chirabo.
I'm trying. I think donation seems like you can't dictate the amount of money that someone gives you because he or she gives it out of free will. So you may not get the amount of money that you need.
Yes, thank you. And sometimes donations comes with strings attached, of which those strings can be affecting your principles, or they may not be in line with your principles. So that's why donations sometimes come with strings attached, which may not be in line with your principles. Then we have inheritance. What are the advantages and disadvantages of inheritance? Inheritance. No advantages to charity.
So for me, I want to give a disadvantage of inheritance.
Yes.
Like if you inherit a stepmom or other auntie, you don't get a chance of using it because they say one is not yet old enough to use all this money and they say let us keep it for him or her, and in the long run they take it and you never get it. So that's one of the disadvantages of inheritance.
Okay, good. Adeke, yes.
I can't give an advantage of inheritance. One can get a lot of money. One can get a lot of money at once. Like, for example, if maybe say your grandparents were business tycoons and they left their assets to you, you can inherit that their properties and then you become wealthy. You also inherit their connections, and the disadvantages leads to family wrangles, just as Charity had said. And also, if a person uses the money unwisely, the person can use the money unwisely because they did not work hard for what they have.
Yes, very good. Then we go to borrowing. Borrowing. Who can give us the advantages? Yes, Hope.
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
For me, I got the advantages and disadvantages. The advantages of borrowing are credit cards are interest on some forms of borrowing is a tax deductible. Leakage can be used to increase the return on your investments. Then successful borrowing can help you create a credit history. Then the disadvantages is having loans means you begin your life after graduation with debt. Having loans may require you to put off other financial and lifestyle goals. Loans can be expensive because the interest on the loans adds up over time.
Okay, thank you. Who would like to add on? Yes, Nanyanzi. Nanyanzi.
I've already said my answer.
Karen?
So could you repeat?
Chirabo?
I would like to give an advantage of borrowing. No, a disadvantage. The interest charged may be high, and if one fails to pay back the loan, the bank can end up taking their business.
Very good.
Yeah, and some of the advantages can be that you can ask for large amounts of money, and one can get loans and agree to pay them after a long time. Like you can argue with the bank that you'll pay it after like 4 years, 5 years. So it like gives you time to bring it back, like bring back the money of borrowed.
Thank you very much. Yes, Karen. Queen?
I wanted to say the disadvantage of borrowing.
Yes.
So like on borrowing, when you borrow money, they can bring interests. So like if every time you every month that you pay, they give you an interest. Maybe like if you paid like 100,000, they give you an interest of every month like 10,000. So that will make you pay more money.
Yes, thank you. That's true. Maria?
I was also going to give disadvantages of borrowing.
Yes, go ahead.
Sometimes you can borrow money and maybe you wanted to use it to increase to buy something, and then you may lose the money. Or if you want you've borrowed money to improve your business, and then maybe something happens and your business fails, then it becomes hard to pay back the money and you live in debt.
Yeah. Yes, Stacy?
I wanted to give an advantage that borrowing helps you to get money easily to start up a business. Like if you don't have any money, you can get the money very fast to start up your business.
Very good. Thank you. Angela?
I want to give two two advantages of borrowing and one disadvantage. Some of the advantages they have, for example, are that it's more reliable, especially if you're borrowing from a bank or a circle, because they go through all these legal processes, and yeah, that's pretty authentic. Then one disadvantage, I think, would be that if your business does not break even or get profits easily, it may, like, paying back the debts may actually be quite difficult, and it may easily drain the business, leading to its collapse.
Thank you very much. It is very true. Yes, if you have given your answer, you should put your hand down. Maria, Angela, if you don't have anything to tell us, you put down your hands. Then we go to shares. Shares, who would like to talk about shares, the advantages and disadvantages of selling shares? Yes, Maria. Yes, Ndahura.
I think.
Oh, sorry.
Sometimes you can sell the shares to like some person that doesn't put in money, that doesn't put money into the company, and then your company can like get problems and that stuff. Yeah.
Okay, the idea is there. Then the advantage. Naomi. Yes, Naomi. Selling shares. Naomi. Charity.
Yes, teacher. I wanted to give a disadvantage for selling shares. Like if you're in a company, then you sell your shares to start up a business. For example, your business does not go well, and like you have already sold your shares in the company, so you have already lost your position in the company. Then also the business fails, and like you have lost all and you have not gained anything.
Okay, thank you. And maybe to add on that, when you sell shares, remember the people who are buying shares become shareholders and they become part of the business. So when they become part of the business, you're going to share the profits among many people instead of all enjoying all your profit alone. So the profit is shared among many people. That is the disadvantage. And then there is no independence. Yes.
Could you explain more about the point you have just said about sharing the profits with all people?
Yes, as a disadvantage. Remember, when you sell shares, you're selling to the general public. So that means you're owning the business with many people. You own it with many people. So all the profits you get, you have to share. So instead of you, let me assume you've got 1 million. So instead of you enjoying all the 1M, you're sharing it with maybe over 10 people who bought the shares. So that limits the profits you are enjoying. Then another one is there is no independence because you have to publish all the information about the business to the general public. That is another disadvantage of selling shares.
Excuse me, teacher.
But the advantage is that you raise capital very fast because you get free capital from these people. The people just come and buy shares. So you get free capital without interest to be paid back, and you raise capital very fast. Yes, you are excused.
Teacher, I was asked whether this point is correct. That one of the advantages of shares that it enables, it eases the administration. Because when you sell, when more people come into your business and like they're part of the administration, it eases administration of the business.
Okay, it may be okay, but when we are explaining our points, we lean so much on the side of how the money you've got affects the business negatively and positively. Yes.
Excuse me,
Sorry?
teacher. The point that you talked about of publishing one's information to the public, can you also term it as no privacy? Like you lose the privacy for your company.
Yes, dear.
Thank you.
Angela, what do you have to say?
Teacher, I wanted to give the advantages of shares. One avoids excess debt because once they've sold their shares, they can get the amount of money that they need. It also
Yeah.
enables one to attract additional investors.
Very good. Thank you. Yes, Angela. Nduhura.
I think advantages of shares is like I don't know how to explain it, but it kind of helps like the person who started the business, because like now the stress of the company isn't only on one person, like you feel a little bit free and all that stuff. And I also wanted to ask, I don't understand what you mean by it privacy like to the general public, because like how is a public involved in your company? Yeah, that's what I don't get.
There is what we call the public limited company. It is allowed to invite the general public, like you advertise in newspapers, whoever wants to buy shares, maybe in Standard Chartered Bank. So those who want, maybe in Stanbic Bank, if you want to buy shares, you go and buy. So you have to advertise to the general public. You tell them how the business is performing, the kind of shares you're selling, the kind of profits you earn. So that is all advertising and publishing information about the business. I hope it is clear. Nuhura, is it clear?
Yeah. Yes, it is. Thank you.
Nakalema, yes, what do you have to tell us?
To ask, like, if this point is correct on the advantages of shares, that it promotes good relationship between the public and the company.
Yes.
Public and the company.
Yes, Chirabo.
Teacher, I want to inquire whether this point is correct on one of the disadvantages of shares. One loses the ownership of the share that he or she has sold.
Yes, because now it is owned by the other people. Nduhura, your hand is still up. What do you have to tell us? Chirabo.
I just want to ask you, if it's okay, like, can you please give more advantages of shares, please? Thank you.
You're welcome. But if we have like two there, is there enough? Nakam Namataka Ketra.
Just asking, if you sell shares for your company and people come, does that mean that now you have to also make decisions with them because now they are part of the company?
Yes, my dear.
So that's also a disadvantage because you may be wanting to make a certain decision, but because you have to make it with other people, they may not do exactly what you wanted to do.
Yeah, we put that point under administration. Somebody gave us that point of difficulty. It becomes with difficulty in administration. Yes, Misha.
So what if like the people who bought shares are corrupt? Is it like a disadvantage? How do you frame it? Like
that one we know we will leave that one. Chirabo, hope.
Excuse me, teacher. I had a question. I'm kind of still not understanding this increase the shares. What does it mean? What do you mean by the word shares? Do you mean like you sell part of the company, or you sell the physical part of the company to someone else, or economic part of the company to someone else?
Like you can say, I have a business, or I want to start a business worth 1 billion, but I don't have all the 1 billion. So what I say, I sell shares to the general public. In that, I invite people who have capital to come and buy shares. Some people can buy 10% of the company shares. Some people can buy 5%. But as they buy, they are bringing in money. I give them the certificate to show that they are now also part of the owners of this company. So for them, they give me the money, I give them the certificate, and they become part of the owners of the company. I hope it is clear.
No, teacher,
Yes.
wait. I still not understood it. What are shares?
Teacher, can I explain?
A share is a unit of capital. So it's like just a certificate which you use to raise capital.
Okay, thank you.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes.
And in my findings, I found like disadvantages of shares. I got like high risks. Is it okay?
High risks, like how is it explained?
I'm asking, I don't know.
I think we can leave that one. Let's go to the next one. Profits.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes.
About Hosanna's point of high risks, I think it can be correct, but when she explains more, because there are different risks, like, for example, if you lose your ownership in the company, then also the business you're starting up fails. So there you as you're selling your shares, you are facing a risk of losing both. Like, she can give that answer, but I think she needs to explain more and be specific.
But of course, we can't take on that point that is not well explained, because it's not clear to us. So we are leaving out that point. Let's go to profits. The advantages of using profits as a source of capital to the business. Any advantage?
Teacher, it prevents debts.
Good. Chirabo?
I would like to give a disadvantage.
It's okay, go ahead.
The profits that one may have may be little, may not be enough to start the business.
Good. At Konda?
One of the advantages of profits is one becomes independent.
Yes, good. Then disadvantage? Disadvantage, so far we have one, that is profits may be little to be enough. Then Charity?
Sure, I want to give an advantage of profits. One can have full ownership over his or her business. Since the capital was yours, you are the one to manage your business. You are the full owner of your business.
Good.
Yeah, I got like increased tax revenue.
Okay. Then we go to a sale of personal property. Advantages, sale of personal property. Charity. Yes, or D4.
May I have a disadvantage?
It's okay, go ahead.
Okay, you may sell your property, then you start a business, but then the business will not succeed, so you lose everything.
Okay, good.
The business.
Good. Yes, Shalom.
For the advantages of sale of property, I got This can create space for more profitable uses of funds. One can earn money easily and one can raise money from unused equipment or property for the business.
Okay, thank you. Hope.
Yeah, I had some advantages of a sale of property. One gets the oh no, I had disadvantages actually, that one can state the amount of money to sell the business in order to start, to sell the property in order to start the business. In case the business fails, the entrepreneur would lose the property and the business would be a great loss to the entrepreneur. The property being sold can take a long time to be bought by someone else. So meaning the person who's selling the land would take a long time to start the business.
Okay, thank you. So there is delay in getting the capital as you look for the customers to buy the property. And also, in case of the failure, you make you make double loss of the property and of the business. Yes.
So it also leads to misuse of money. If you get the money, because you have just got it into like in a minute, you may just misuse it.
Not really.
Teacher, one may not get full market value of the property that they are selling.
Yes, because they are hurrying to get the profits. I mean the capital to start the business. Very true.
Excuse me, teacher.
Excuse.
Could you repeat all the advantages of sale of property?
Advantage. Another advantage is attached. Yeah, I think those are. We are going to the prizes and rewards. Prizes and rewards. Yes, Charity.
Prizes and rewards, the advantages, it may not need one to invest a lot in order to get the prizes and rewards, because some competitions you can just start with 1,000, and if you're lucky enough you can win like 1 million or 2 million just from 1,000. So it does not need one to invest a lot in order to gain the prize reward.
Okay, thank you. Maria.
Teacher, from rewards, let me say how there are different competitions of businesses where they are looking at someone whose business is active and they see it moving forward. So maybe when they give you the reward, you make your business better. And then from the prizes, you can win different things like machinery and also improve your business.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Atkonda.
Teacher, for prizes and rewards, I think it just prevents like debts, like there aren't debts.
Okay, good.
Teacher, I would like to I would like to give a disadvantage of prizes and rewards. The disadvantage for prizes and rewards could be that they are actually not reliable, because take an example, I am supposed to start up a business and my only source is having the prizes and the rewards, the money that I'm going to get out of the prizes. So at at some point it won't work out, because what if I don't win, or maybe I lose? So that means that what I was supposed to do won't be done. Or at other cases, a person might take in, like, acquire a loan from the bank, and maybe he's relying on the prize that he's going to win. And so he thinks that when he acquires the loan, he's going to start up the business, and when he's rewarded from the competition that he is taking part in, he might pay them back. But at time it doesn't work out, because that person might not win and finally ends up in debt. So it is also part of like a risk.
Okay, thank you. Tendo, Tamale.
Teacher, as an advantage of prizes and rewards, you can say that like there are these awards of people's choice awards like 2021, 2022. If you have seen this year and this year, I think prizes and rewards help you to market your product more, because that you got this award products are high quality.
In this case, Tendo, in this case, we are looking at prizes as a source of money. Like you wanted maybe to start a business, then you go participate maybe in Rotary, something in competitions, and then you win something and use it to start a business. So what are its advantage and what are the advantages? That's what we are looking at. Mirembe Emily, what do you have to say?
Teacher, for me, I wanted to give a disadvantage of prizes and rewards. You may see, let's say, an advert on the internet, then you participate in it when it's actually a fraud, and they scam you, and maybe they even take what little you had.
Okay, so sometimes it comes with fraud. Thank you. Twinnie, Tessie.
My disadvantage is prizes and rewards they don't make someone independent. Like this person is always relying on the prizes like for money, and this person doesn't become independent on himself.
Okay, thank you. Kaino Brew.
Teacher, is betting an example of prizes and rewards?
No, that is gambling. Angela. Okay, then we have bonds there, number 9. Yes.
Can't just say as a challenge of prizes and rewards, it may lead to depression, as if you do not win, you just go back home and you think it's the end of it all.
You got the money and you're using that money in business. The advantages you're likely to face and the disadvantages.
I'm saying
so
the
if you
challenge.
don't win, you are not winning. Yeah, if you don't get the money, it's okay.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes.
Since a person had given an advantage of prizes and rewards as limiting debts, then also Primrose said that prizes and rewards are not reliable and can cause debts. So should we leave limiting debts under advantages, or we should not?
Yes.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes.
To my thinking, I think both answers are correct, because it is about taking a chance. So at times someone might say it as an advantage or someone can say it as a disadvantage. So I think we should take both the answers because the explanation is different and both is correct.
Can you repeat the both sentence?
Someone said that that prizes and rewards limit debts, and then I also said that that prizes and rewards can lead to debts when someone has acquired a loan and is relying on the prizes and rewards to get from the competition they are taking part in. But to my
So it
saying, I
is
see
one
that
point and it is an advantage that instead of borrowing money and you end up paying that debt, you'd rather use the money you have won as prize or as a reward.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes.
Is this point correct? Since the prizes and rewards are available for small businesses, they favor the person who's just starting one.
Why? Yes, Nduhura.
Teacher, I just want to say something about prizes and rewards. I think when you get money from prizes, you're supposed to declare it as like a gift or something like that, because if you don't do it, they'll like tax you according to the amount of money you got.
And I'm not seeing any advantage and disadvantage there which we are looking for.
It's an advantage or a disadvantage, but yeah.
Okay. Angela. Yes, and Angela, you can put down your hands if you don't have anything to tell us. So we are going to bonds. A bond involves a promise to systematically repay a borrowed amount of money by the end of the clearly stated period of time. Investors or buyers of the bond will benefit from receiving regular interest payments, which can be fixed or floating. So when you sell the bonds to maybe the public or to the government, they will receive back your money with interest. So that interest can help act as the capital to start your business. So that may come with a disadvantage, like bonds. Sometimes the interest may take long to come for you to start the business, compared to people maybe who would like to borrow. You just borrow the money and you start the business immediately. Then it may not be enough as you wanted. Those are the disadvantages. The advantages are that it is your own money. It has no strings attached, and you don't have to pay back like interest or what. Yes, Nduhura, your hand is still up. What do you have to say?
Sorry, teacher, I left it up.
Okay.
Excuse me, teacher, could you? Yes, teacher, could you explain bonds? I'm not understanding it.
Okay, Tendo.
Teacher, so in bonds you don't give
Yes, Tendo.
Are you saying that in bonds you don't give interest?
Like if you are the one selling, you just receive the interest.
Excuse me, teacher.
Mm.
May you please explain bonds in a simplified way because I'm still confused.
Okay, bonds are in most cases they are used by the government when they want to raise or to get money from the public or to give money to the public. So they buy and sell the bonds, like the government bonds. If they want to give money to the public, they can say we are buying the bonds. So if you have any government bond, you take the bond to the public and you take the bond to the government and they give you the money. If they give you back your money you used to buy that bond, of course with interest. So you can use that interest to start that business. Now, like if they don't want that, sometimes they sell the bonds. If they sell the bonds, you give them the money and you don't remain with the money. So you give them the money. If they want to do businesses, they do the business as the government. So those are the bonds.
Excuse me,
So
teacher. So are the bonds like property? Your property, so you sell it to the government?
They're like certificates, bond certificates, like
okay.
in shares. So the bonds are also like just papers, certificates, where you can go buy them from the public. So when you buy them from the government, they give you that certificate, and for you give them the money.
Okay.
So if you want your money back, if you want your money back, you sell the bonds to the government. They give you your money back with some interest.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So you use interest to start the business.
What is in the bonds?
Sorry? Pardon? Okay. Now I want to go to the savings and investment. Savings and investment. I hope you're sharing, Vivian. Let me see. Yes, thank you.
Are you hearing anything?
Not really.
No, I think she has gone off.
No.
I think she's
Teacher
muted.
is now back. Yeah, she's muted, but she's there.
No, we're not hearing anything. Nara.
Yes, class. I'm back. I had lost my connection. Are you hearing me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. We are somebody was reading for us savings. Who is reading? Yes, Lena.
Saving is reserving one's earnings for future use. Saving requires one to reduce on his or her current consumption to reserve a balance that can be saved for future use. Saved income can in future be used for consumption or investment.
Lena, are you saving in any way?
Yes.
How are you saving? Can you tell us how you're saving and maybe how much so far you have saved?
Whenever I come back from school, I save the pocket money that I didn't use, but I don't know how much I have.
Is it on your bank account or it is at home?
It's at home.
At home. So far, how much do you have?
I don't know.
You don't know. Is it in a jerry can or in a saving box?
Saving box.
Oh, so until you break it, that's when you get to know. How are you hoping to use that money?
I don't know. I'm still thinking about it.
Okay. Faith, what do you have to tell us?
Also, like Lena, I've been saving my pocket money, and I think I've accumulated maybe 500,000 shillings, and
wow.
I hope to buy a tablet because mine got spoiled.
Okay, thank you for sharing. Tendo, how are you sharing and saving for what? How are you saving and saving for what and how much so far do you have?
Teacher, I wanted to read for investment.
No, first tell us that information. Are you saving in any way?
No, teacher.
Yeah, really, Tendo, you better start saving. Yes, Daniela?
Okay.
Are you saving?
Yes.
How are you saving?
In the bank.
In the bank? Where do you get the money from?
Whenever maybe I go somewhere, then my cousins or uncles give me some money, or aunties, or at home, when I do well, they pay me.
Oh, so what are you hoping to use that money for?
I don't know, I'm still thinking about it.
Okay. Any other person who would like to share with us how she's sharing, how she's saving and how? Any other person? Yes, Shirabo, Hope.
Yeah, I save, and I normally get the money from school, and like there's some activities that parents tell us to do, and like out of them they pay us like wash the car, paint some things, water the plants. Okay, water certain things that we are normally not watered. Yeah, and I have an account. I keep some money at home, and I have also an account. And the one in the account is for future use, like for my future, and the one at home is for personal investments. Yeah.
Like which investment are you looking at?
Okay, not like I'm starting a business, but like I'm saving to buy a tab and bits.
Okay, so very, very soon we shall understand the difference between saving and then investment, because I've seen most of you are saving for just buying your just items to use, but not investing. Yes, Angela, what do you have to tell us? Angela? Yes, Kayesu, Robina, Rona. Rona.
Teacher, I'm also saving, and I get my money. Teacher, I'm also saving,
Yes,
and I
how
get
do you
my
save?
money right. I save. I have an account, but I save. I don't. I rarely put their money, so I keep it with myself. So
In
that box run from different places. Like sometimes they give me money, then sometimes I do something, then they give me money, or sometimes I sell my own stuff, then I get money. So I'm saving to buy a ball, a basketball. Yeah.
Okay. Somebody else want to share? Chitibwa. Ana kano Gloria. Gloria.
Teacher, I'm saving and
Yes.
the money I get it from babysitting my cousins. They and every week I get 10,000, but saving. Well, I'm not sure of the thing of what I'm.
Okay, thank you. Petra. Sorry, Petra.
Yeah, me personally, I'm not good at keeping money myself. So when they give me pocket money, I take it to the school bank. So like I make sure, like if they're giving me like 100, I split the 50 I put in the school bank, then the other 50 I keep it for myself. So like most of my money is in the bank because I never use it. So it's like I save it there because I know I can't just get it easily.
Are you saving for investment?
What?
Are you saving for investment?
Yeah, it's like my brother said a cookie business. So like, yeah, so I'm saving up and I can use some money to invest in the business, or sometimes I save up for something I really need.
Okay, thank you. Birunji, what do you have to tell us?
So my cousins and I started a business basically where we get clothes and we write things on them. So I'm saving to add into that business because the ink and all the machines are very expensive. So I'm saving for that.
So where do you get the money you're saving?
My parents give it to me, or I make those clothes, we sell them and get money.
Okay. Are you saving also from the profits so far you're earning?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Daniela, what do you have to tell us?
I left my hand up, but also at home we have dogs, so I sell Japanese Spitz and Maltese.
Okay, and save? Save for what?
I don't know. I have not known yet what I
Okay.
actually want.
Okay, so the problem I've seen from your discussions, most of you don't know why you're saving, and it's not always good to save when you don't know the reason why you're saving, or because you may lose focus and in the end you eat the money or you misuse the money. But in most cases, always find the reason for your saving. It always motivates you, and that reason should be investment, because you must multiply the savings. So that's why you're going to look at savings and investment as this topic to help us understand how we can save, why we are saving, and how we can invest the money we have saved. So our homework today is going to be, you find out the different forms of savings, The different ventures and start with that savings. Our homework is going to be find out the different kinds of savings and the different business ventures you can invest in those savings. You can.
May you please repeat one last time?
Breaking.
Breaking, please repeat.
Breaking, please repeat. And I repeat. And I repeat. Find out the different forms of savings and the different businesses you can start with those savings. That is our homework. Nice time.
Teacher, do you mean investment ideas or business ideas?
Yes, investment ideas. They are the same as business ideas, where you can invest the money you have saved.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes.
Teacher, I wanted to ask that, okay, like, for example, if you have a business and like the money you're saving is from like the profits of the business, now is the way of getting like the money, is it saving or it's profits?
Both, because you don't eat the profits, you're saving the profits. So it is both.
Teacher,
Yes.
repeat the question.
The question is, I'll write down the different forms of savings and the different business ventures you can invest in those savings.
And the second question
is the different business ventures where we can invest our savings. Yes, Tendo.
Teacher, sorry, I left my hand up.
Okay, sorry. Okay, nice time, class. Yes, Chichi, what do you